Hello student, I'm Dr. Manju and today we will discuss about the chapter 5, that is the fundamental unit of life. So in this chapter we will discuss different content. So first content is introduction about the cell. Next, what is the cell theory. Next we will discuss about the type of cells. So the cells basically is two type, prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cell. Next we will discuss about the organization of cells. Now what is the cell? Yeah, so what is the cell? Basically, cell is the basic fundamental unit of life. Why we called cell is a basic fundamental unit of life? Because for every activity cell is involved. For example, in case of the plant cell is required for the photosynthesis. Cell is responsible for transfer of genetic material from one generation to the next generation. So for the living organism, for the survivability of organism, cell is a very important unit of life. So it's called the fundamental unit of life. The word cells is derived from Latin word. Yeah, so cell word is derived किया गया है from the Latin word. So the next, the scientist that first time discovered the cell name is Robert Hooke. Learn the name of scientist who discover first time cells. It's a Robert Hooke. Basically Robert Hooke see the cell structure like a honeycomb. Honeycomb is मधुमक्खी का छत्ता. Clear? So first time cell is discovered by Robert Hooke, and he saw the cells like a honeycomb structure. So the study of cell in the biology we call the cell biology. What is the cell biology? The complete study of cell is called cell biology. How we visualize the cell? For the visualization of cells we use compound microscope. We use compound microscope for the visualization of cells, and compound microscopes consist of eyepiece, one objective lens and condenser lens. Clear? So through which we visualize the cells. For that, first of all we take the sample of cells. Take the carrot. You can visualize the cell in case of, in the carrot, also in the onion root tip. So first we take the small thin section of the cells, then we use the safranin. Yeah, safranin is a just a dye that stain the cells. So after the staining cells, we will visualize the cells under the compound microscope. But saffron is used in case of the plant cell, while in case of the animal cell we use methylene blue dye. We use methylene blue dye. For example, so you can see like that, you have taken this section. So here you have visualized different cells, and inside the cells you can see the nucleus. Yeah, so you can see the nucleus under the compound microscope like this. Next, this is a structure of compound microscopes. So this is a eyepiece and this is the body of tube, and next this is a stage. Clear? This is a stage, and here the objective lens is present, through which you can visualize your cell, and here is the condenser, and the mirror is present at the bottom. So you can see this, and these are the adjusting, and these are the knob that is used for adjustment of your eyepiece for visualizing a particular sample or cell. Next, the scientist name you can learn as the Leeuwenhoek. So Leeuwenhoek is also called the father of the microbiology, and he saw the cells in the pond water, as well as first time he take the toothpick. From the toothpick he also visualized the structure of cells. So basically about the bacteria. So that's why he called the father of microbiology. About the nucleus, who discovered the nucleus. These are the name of the scientist. You have to learn it. Robert Brown first time discovered the nucleus. So all of you know the nucleus is the controlling power of cells. All activity of cell is controlled by the nucleus. So for examples, you can draw one structure. Let us suppose this is a cell. So at the center of the cells there is a presence of nucleus, and nucleus containing what? DNA. So nucleus containing DNA, and this DNA basically control the all genetic information, containing all genetic information, and control the activity of your cell. So on the basis of that conclusion, there is some scientist. First you have to learn the name of the Slidin. Next is the Schwann. So from all these study they draw some conclusion. That conclusion is called the cell theory. So cell theory is given by Slidin and Schwann, and further explanation or expanded or more explanation about the cell theory is given by Virtue. Clear? So Virtue says the new cell is arise from the pre-existing cells. Means there is a old cell A. Clear? And if there is a formation of new cell, that is a B, so B is arise from the A. B is arise from the A. Clear? So then according to the Virtue, or in the layman language, Virtue says the new cell is arise from the pre-existing cells. यानी पहले से जो सेल प्रेजेंट है उससे ही न्यू सेल्स अराइज होंगी. दैट इज कॉल्ड बाय द वर्च्यू. सो नाउ नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज the cell is a different shape and size. There is a many cells present in the nature, so they have the different shape. For example, in case of the bacteria, virus, these are the very small, and plant cells, animal cells, there is different type of cells present in case of the animal world. So here you can see the blood cells that is used for the transport of oxygen, and nerve cells. The nerve cells are used for transport of masses or conduction of masses. If I pinch you and after some time you receive one message that anybody you pinch you, how? Through the nerve cells. Clear? So nerve cells transport the message towards the brain, or brain to your body part. Now these are the smooth muscle cells, and it's a ovum cells, ovum and sperms, and this is sperm cells, and after the mixing of ovum or sperm there is a formation of zygotes, so it's used in reproduction. And these are the bone cells, and these are the fat cells. So these are the different type of cells. And here you can, if you see the peel of the onion inside the compound microscope, and if you can visualize these all are the cells, and at the center of the cell there is a presence of nucleus. Now here these are also a type of cells, and another structure: red blood cells, muscle cells, nerve cells, leaf pore guard cells, that control the activity of stomata. Stomata, what is stomata? These are tiny pores present on the leaf surface. These are diatoms, paramecium, and here there is some important name of the cells, such as example WBC. WBC provide the immunity to your body, and these are, and amoeba, it's a single cell, And smallest cell about is a PPLO. Learn it. It's a bacteria. PPLO, pleuropneumonia like organism. Yes, it's also called the mycoplasma. PPLO. Largest cell of world. It's a ostrich cell. Which cell? Ostrich cells. And longest animal cell, it's a nerve cells. These are the fact. You have to learn it. And a micrometer mu m or microns is 1/1000th of a millimeter. It's a unit. Clear? So there are many cells that having the size mu m's. Virus and bacteria also having a size in mu m. Now next, very important, what is the cell theory? So now we again comes on the cell theory, what says by different scientists. So first, all the you have to learn 3 points in cell theory. First point, cell is made up of all the organism. First point, all the organism is made up of all the organism. First point in cell theory, all the organism is made up of cell. First point. Cell is the structural and functional unit of organism. Means cell can perform all those activity that is required to sustain a life. Means life को sustain करने के लिए जो भी activity required हो वो cells perform करे. For examples, in case of the plant cell must perform photosynthesis, and next respiration, excretion, all these activity must be performed by the cells. That's why it's called the cell is a structure and functional unit of organism. Next point, new cell is arise from the pre-existing cells. यानी पहले से present cells से new cells arise होती है. That is called by the virtue. Already we have discussed about it. New cells is arise from the pre-existing cells. So in the cell theory you have to learn 3 points. First point, all living organisms are made up of cell. Cell is structural and functional unit of organism. Next, new cells are arised by the division of pre-existing cells. And Leeuwenhoek, about him we already discussed. So Leeuwenhoek is called the father of the microbiology and study first living cells. So now the classification of cell on the basis of a structural organization. Cell is divided in two types. First is prokaryotic cell, next is eukaryotic cells. So in prokaryotic cells, the simple pro means primitive. Pro means primitive. Karyon means nucleus. So cell having a primitive nucleus is called the prokaryotic cell. These are the simple cells. For example, bacteria, amoeba. No, these are the single cell organism. Next is eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells is a plant cell and animal cell. So eukaryotic cells having a complex organization as well as true nucleus. So what it's mean of true nucleus? In case of the eukaryotic organism, nucleus is surrounded by double membrane. This is nucleus and a nucleus having a DNA. So this is called the true nucleus because the nucleus is surrounded by two membrane. That's why it's called the true nucleus. But in case of the eukaryotics, nucleus is not surrounded by the double membrane. It's surrounded by the simple single membrane. Clear? So this is classifications of cells. And this is a structure of prokaryotic cells. So in prokaryotic cells you can see this is a nucleus. What's the nucleus? It's a DNA and it having a plasma membrane. It's a cell membrane you can see here, or cell membrane is also called the plasma membrane, and ribosomes for the protein synthesis, and some bacteria having a capsule. So around the plasma membrane bacteria having a capsule. Clear? And between the capsule and plasma membrane there is a presence of cell wall, and bacteria also having a flagella, and flagella is help for the movement in bacteria. So thank you so much for watching this video, and if any doubt then tell me.